All right. We should be live. Welcome back to High Impact Flicks. It is November 25th, 2022 at 6:59 p.m. Hey, I'm a minute early. You know, one of my favorite scripture verses, and I'm not religious by any means. I don't take any side or any kind of position like that, but I can recognize wisdom and truth when I see it. One of my favorite is, wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. And my takeaway from that is, if you have a true friend, they don't mind putting you through a little bit of temporary pain that you need because you need it, not because they're being mean, not because they hate you, but they know that you need this resistance, you need this pushback, you need this criticism. Wounds from a friend can be trusted. It's like, you know, one of the last things you want to hear when you're wrong is that you're wrong. But one of the things you need when you're wrong is for somebody to tell you you're wrong. And your enemies won't do that. It's like, have you ever seen, like if you see, what's that called? America's Got Talent, and somebody gets out on stage and they try to belt something out, but they sound like a scalded weasel. You know, it's because they had friends who never told them the truth, to the point where this person is going to embarrass themselves on a national stage thinking that they're good when they've been told all their life they're good when they're actually not. You're not doing anybody any favors by not, can you guys hear me? Let me see. Does this stage? Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, I got to change it to my headphones, and that's probably going to mess everything up because I didn't have everything set up. Yeah. The last thing you need is for somebody to tell you something that you don't need to hear. The first thing you need is for somebody to tell you something you need to hear so that you can make a correction, because sometimes we're blind to our own faults. We really think we're heading in the right direction. We really think we're doing the good thing. We really got good intentions, but like Daniel Webster said, good intentions will always be pleaded for every assumption of authority. It's hardly too strong to say that the Constitution was made to guard the people against the dangers of good intentions. How many of you guys out there know that there are dangers attached to good intentions? People mean well. It's like, what's the rest of that? It says there are people who, they want to govern well, but they mean to govern. They promise to be good masters, but they mean to be your masters. So one of my favorite scriptures is, wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. If you're going in the wrong direction and you're the friend of somebody, you claim to be their friend, then you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them. You'll try to be diplomatic about it. You'll try to be as nice as you can about it. You'll try to take the edge off of any possibility that they're going to become offended. You'll try to take that off of it. But at the end of the day, you got to tell them, hey, buddy, you got a big booger hanging down your nose, and I hate to tell you, but you're about to go on stage and you can't sing. You suck. And you need to hear that, because the last 100 people said, no, you'll be great. No, it's going to be wonderful. You're going to get the award. You're going to get the prize. They're going to hang a medal around your neck. You're so good. And that's what I think happens sometimes when, you know, people just don't want to talk about the hard things that need to be talked about. I mean, how many people here who went to Thanksgiving dinner, if you had dinner with your family or friends or whatever, just didn't want to bring up politics, didn't want to talk about religion? You felt like, man, if I open my mouth, it's going to offend people. People are going to get upset. Everybody's going to be at each other's throats. Or you could just take them out back and go, hey, you see those lines in the sky right there? Let's try not to pretend that they don't exist. What are those things? Oh, they're just CON trails. That's all they are. So anyway, and it's no measure of good mental health to be considered well-adjusted to a profoundly sick society. We're going to look at some of this Kanye West, Milo Yiannopoulos, Nick Fuentes, eating dinner with Donald Trump nonsense. I'm telling you. Is my Yiannopoulos, Nick? Oh man, we got it here. Let me fix my mic. Snail was just calling me to tell me my mic is my Yiannopoulos. Here, let me just make sure. Hey, let me refresh this page. Should be better now. Snail was just calling me to tell me my mic is that better, guys? Is it still echoing? God, what is up with my programs here? Every single live stream. Every single live stream. Programs here. Every single live stream. Let me see. Hold on. Every single live stream. Testing. Programs here. Is that better? Is that better? Scotty says it's better. T-Pack says 5x5. Dragon says 5x5. Gypsy says much better. So it's still better. It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try not to touch the mic. I'm not gonna touch anything. Is that echo again? Wait a second. Somebody said T-Pack says echo again. Drone Wolf says better now. It's still double sound? Really? What? Okay, some people may be behind. Okay, we are live right now, so I said T-Pack says echo again. It does sound like I'm in a can though. I can't stand that. I want bass. All good on sound. Caught one live. Better. Brian, you're showing your age. I can't stop the gray, man. I can't stop the gray. I can't stop it. So it is no measure of good mental health to be considered well-adjusted to profoundly sick society. Real quick, guys, this is listener supported. Let me give a couple shout outs and then we're going to get into this. Sam D, thank you for the Cash App. Jeremiah B, Jana D, I'm not going to say your last name, Adam, William J, and Scott M. Thank you for the Cash Apps. And Damon, thanks for the Buy Me a Coffee. Crooked Creek Shooting, and Tech, Thor G, and John S. and Sharon for the Buy Me a Coffee. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Again, listener support. If you want to support the channel, Buy Me a Coffee, Cash App, subscribe, star. I really appreciate it. Oh, also, before I get into this, I don't know how many of you know this. I forgot to put this on my community page, but let's see. Where is it? My High Impact TV channel. Let me just give you a real quick background, okay? I had 3 backup channels. I had High Impact Flicks, High Impact Vlogs, High Impact TV, Grease Monkey Videos. Here's the deal. Here's the deal is the Police Accountability channel. So I'm just going to double check my... Oh, man. What happened? Can you guys hear me still? Because apparently, when I try to check it... All right. It's okay. It's still good. Okay. So I had those channels, High Impact TV, High Impact Vlogs, with no warning, was just taken down. This was back in January. Both channels within 2 days, or actually within a 24-hour period. Both channels were taken down. I couldn't even appeal it because the channels were gone. There's nobody to talk to. So I just forgot about it. So yesterday or day before, when was Thanksgiving? Yesterday I was in the grocery store getting some last minute stuff for Thanksgiving. And I got this alert on my phone and I looked and it was YouTube. And they said, I thought it was like, oh, great. I got another community online strike. Great. I lost another channel or whatever. And it said, and I put this up on my High Impact TV channel. That matter of fact, that's this video right here. If you want to see the whole thing. Anyway, they just said, hey, oops, we made a mistake. This channel right here, when it went down, it's got 69.5 thousand right now, but it had 71,000 subscribers. My High Impact Vlogs channel had 377,000 subscribers. Boom, gone. So they said, oops, we made a mistake. You didn't violate terms of service and all that kind of stuff. Here's your channel. So anyway, this channel's back up amazingly. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel because most of the people, I don't think there was time because this channel shot up to 71,000 subscribers in the span of 4 months, and it was gaining 100 to 110,000 views a day. Here's the channel right here. I will be posting content on this High Impact TV channel that you will not see on High Impact Flicks or Grease Monkey Videos. Or here's the deal. As a matter of fact, every one of my channels will have different content on it. It's not going to be duplicate content. I may talk about some of the same things, but it's not going to be duplicate content. So if you want to go over there, please subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon. Watch a couple of those videos. One of the videos that I really believe is the most important is this one right here. This one right here where I show you that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're left or right. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. It doesn't matter if it was Joe Biden. I've got the link in the chat room for you. It doesn't matter if it's Joe Biden or Donald Trump. They all work for the same team owners. And this right here proves it from Trump's own mouth. So take a look at that and share it, because people really need to see this. We got to understand, we got to stay out of the cult of personality. We have to understand that it will do us no good to check out of our minds and check in to the cult of personality. So that's High Impact TV right there. Was there something else that I wanted to say while we're on this channel right here? Oh yeah. I have another channel called Here's the Deal. Most of the people on this channel, by the way, don't even know I have this channel. This is called Here's the Deal. This is the police accountability channel where we highlight the truth. We take the spotlight of truth and shine it on people who call themselves our public servants when they're not out there serving and protecting. In truth, they're out there harassing and collecting. So that's the Here's the Deal channel. I'll put that in the chat room right now too for you. Thanks guys for I just want to thank you for being with me on this High Impact TV channel and this High Impact Flicks channel, and helping me or standing next to me as we try to plant brush fires of freedom in the minds of men while this YouTube censorship, shadow banning, termination nonsense has been going on. It's super humbling that any of you stayed with me for this long. So I really appreciate it. Now let's get into this thing right here. I don't know what you guys think about Kanye West or Elon Musk or Donald Trump or Joe Biden or the Federal Reserve or Nick Fuentes or Milo Yiannopoulos. I'm going to play this right here, but I'm going to, let's see. You know what? I think there's something wrong with my audio. Hold on one second. Yeah, because I need to play some audio tonight. I don't know what the Flickenstein is going on here. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. Can I play this?
Trump was.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
so I'm gonna mute this because I think this is copyrighted. I think Kanye West copyrighted this. So here's Kanye West, also known as Ye, and he's talking with this guy right here. And at first, I didn't recognize who this guy was, and then they did kind of a side view close up of his face, and I was like, man, that looks like that Milo Yiannopoulos dude, but he's got some strange looks. I don't know if the guy's on drugs. I don't know what's going on. But here Kanye West is, and Timcast, somebody who wrote this, is this Cassandra? Yeah, Cassandra Fairbanks basically transcripted the video that I wanted to show you, but I'm not going to play because I found out that it's got a copyright on it. But Kanye West is talking to Donald Trump saying, hey, Kanye West is saying to Donald Trump, will you be my running mate as I run for president of the United States in 2024? And it's like, this is no more a clown juggling dog and pony show smokescreen under the big top than your regular Democrat versus Republican election. But it does have kind of a twist to it. And it's weird to me what Kanye West is saying. It says the dinner between Ye and the former president have both announced their intentions to run for the White House in 2024. That's a little weird. The dinner between Ye and Trump had been previously arranged, but the additional guests were brought on by the author and political commentator Milo Yiannopoulos. And I got to tell you guys, I take all this stuff with a grain of salt, and I always step back and make sure my ticket to the cult of personality, and I have one. All of us have a ticket that we can put across the, we can give to the ticket agent so that we can check into the cult of personality. I try like crazy to keep mine in my pocket because I don't want to check into the cult of personality. You got to understand, in the realm of humanity and human psychology, we all have this ticket. And we all have this desire to check into the cult of personality. That's just how we're wired. We are wired to actually be controlled by people smarter than us. And it's easy to be controlled by people who are smarter than us. All you got to do is let go. All you got to do is stop thinking critically. All you have to do is just scoop the cognitive dissonance into you. Actually, you don't even have to do that. You just have to walk by it and it gets on you. And it's a chore to keep that ticket that you want to give to the cult of personality in your pocket. Because there's this thing called the lesser of two evils. And we're going to get into it when we talk about Sam Harris and what he said about, Joe Biden. And we talked about this before, but this kind of puts a different spin on it. We're looking at this thing from kind of a different aspect. And you've got to admit that you are easy to control. I've got to admit that I am easy to control. And unless I stand guard over my ear gates and my eye gates and my mind gate, somebody's going to come in, and like Edward Bernays, we're going to come in and we're going to manipulate the minds of the masses. And they won't even know there's a shadow government running the front curtain government. They won't even know who the manipulators are. They won't know who the psychological operators are. They won't even know who the social engineers are. They won't even know the narrative. They won't even know why they're spewing the narratives that they're spewing. So this Milo Yiannopoulos, Kanye West, Donald Trump, follow Kamala Harris or Joe Biden nonsense, as long as you keep your ticket soundly in your pocket, you'll be able to think critically, and you'll be able to offer constructive criticisms. And you'll be able to be that person where that's why I started this video like this. Wounds from a friend can be trusted. Because that friend, if you're wise, you will surround yourself by wise friends. You will endeavor to surround yourself with people who are a little bit smarter than you are, so that they can bring you up when you're down, and then you can catapult up and bring them up when they're down. And you can be, you can intellectually. That's why when you choose somebody to spend your life with, choose somebody who's intelligent, somebody who's wise, somebody who's smart, somebody who's compassionate, somebody who's kind, somebody who's got long suffering, somebody who has endurance. That's who you want. Because you're going to need that person, and they're going to need you in their time of trouble. Because the time of trouble, it's not a matter of if it's going to come, it's going to come. So he who walks with the wise will be wise, but a companion of fools will be destroyed. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens the countenance of his friend. It's like, this is the journey. We're going to constantly go up. But as we're going up, we're going to constantly meet resistance that's going to make us stronger. That's how you get strong. Even in the physical, you get strong by encountering resistance. You get mentally strong by encountering resistance. If you want to go backwards or you want to stay stationary, actually, there is no staying stationary. Not mentally, not physically. You're either going backwards or you're going forwards. And if you want to propel yourself forward physically, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, you're going to have to break through some barriers. So when I see these characters lining the horizon of my reality, I got some serious questions, man. And the first question is always, is this person truly on my side? Does this person believe that there's this power that has a higher claim over my life and property than me? Does this person believe that violence, coercion, force, and threats are the answer to propel society forward? Because if they do, they're not my friend. And that's everybody who goes into a voting booth to push that button and pull that lever for somebody to exercise authority over them. What are you voting for? I want that person. I want Team Republican to rob and rule me. And the Democrats are going, I want the Democrats to rob and rule me. And then you look like you're crazy when you're like, I don't want anybody to rob and rule me, so I ain't going to vote for the chains of my own oppression. Why do people like that look like they're insane? Because it's no measure of good mental health to be considered well-adjusted to a profoundly sick society. They consider well-adjusted, vote for somebody. Beg for somebody to rob and rule you. Vote for the lesser of two evils. Yeah, well, it's still evil. So Kanye West has been named by the fashion and entertainment mogul as his campaign director. I'm sorry. Kanye West names Milo Yiannopoulos his campaign director. On Thursday evening, Ye shook up Thanksgiving when he tweeted a video featuring a discussion between himself and Milo Yiannopoulos about the meeting. And it's really weird. It's just really, this is muted, but you should see, it makes almost no sense. It's complete nonsense to me. And some of the looks, look at Yiannopoulos' face. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna expand it a little bit. It's like, what's this guy on? What's this all about? And somebody pointed out, I can't remember who, but these boots are made by that. What's that? How do you say that store that's that features children, and there's like PEDO stuff going on. What's the name of that? Balaclavia or whatever it is. I don't know. This is the first week I haven't ever heard of that store. As a matter of fact, I think here, let me just do the, I'll do this live. We'll do it live. Alex Stein. He actually went into one of those stores and was asking about, maybe this isn't, oh, maybe they didn't put it on. I saw it on one of his, it was either on Twitter, maybe it was on Twitter. Let me go to Twitter. What's the, no, it's not, oh yeah, there you go. How do you say that? Balenciaga? Yeah, let me go. It's actually pretty interesting. If you, let's see, if you type in Balenciaga, let me just go to a Google search. Yeah, Balenciaga scandal. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's going on. Let me see. I don't know this periodical, The American Conservative. Maybe I've seen it before, but I'm not really familiar. I can only imagine by the title and what they go by that, you know, what side they're on. Anyway, one of the things that they feature is these little people holding up these bears that are in bondage outfits. And everybody's talking about, like, when there's a model that showcases some of their stuff, people do these close-ups of the background, and there's these books and papers laying on people's desks. Like, this is, Michael or Michelle Bo, I don't know. I can't remember that. I can't read that name, but they do a close-up, Michael Borman's, and then they go into the books by Michael Borman's, and it glorifies, little people doing bad stuff. Look, as you can see, they're pixelating stuff so that you don't see the imagery. But anyway, that's what this Balenciaga or whatever, what's it called? I don't care. It's just this high-priced stuff, and it looks like they're involved in doing, oh man, I wish I didn't put that on there. I want to be careful what imagery I show on a live stream. But anyway, there's this whole thing behind that. So Kanye West is wearing these boots that belong to that store, and people are like, okay, what's going on here? We know this guy's like a billionaire. Yeah, he's lost a lot of contracts, but it almost looks like the powers that shouldn't be are trying to do something to a billionaire entertainer as a projection to send a message to the little people like us. Hey, if we can shut down his accounts, we'll do that to you. If we can close his bank accounts, if we can economically terrorize Kanye West, formerly known as Kanye West, we'll do that to you. It's almost like, 2 years ago when they took Trump down off Twitter. Hey, if we can do this to the sitting president of the United States who has almost 90 million Twitter followers, what do you think we're going to do to you? It's like this projection / predictive programming thing that gets into the mind of the people. And it's like, wow, if they did that to Trump, maybe I better not say what I was going to say. Maybe I better keep my mouth shut. Maybe I better do a little self-censoring so that I don't get myself into trouble and put myself out there and put my family in jeopardy. So he's wearing these boots. I'm going to go ahead and play it. And the whole time he's talking, Milo Yiannopoulos, he's talking
Fuentes.
He's talking about hooking up with Nick Fuentes. A lot of people know, if you know who Nick Fuentes is, he's, they call him anti-Semitic, and he says he does a lot of anti-Semitic type stuff. And it's just crazy how Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is hooking up with Donald Trump, with Nick Fuentes, with Milo Yiannopoulos, and they're all getting together and claiming that they're going to run for president of the United States. What are we being set up for is my question. Why are they doing this? But Kanye West does make a good point. He says that he held Trump to task by saying, hey, why didn't you pardon the J6 people? All these people who look like they're serving as, examples of this is what happens. You will become a political prisoner if you try this stuff. And fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media is always calling it's an insurrection. This is the most horrible thing that happened since Pearl Harbor, 9/11. It's crazy what's going on here. And they want you to be outraged. And there's really doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to be outraged with about that. Ye said that he thinks Trump was, quote, the most perturbed by him asking the former president to be his vice president. But that the former president, I don't even know if this is true. I personally think all these people are just freaking liars. And they're out there just to gain notoriety, personal power, personal motives, personal agendas they're trying to push. Or maybe they're working for a bigger firm to try to take the rest of us down, to try to take free speech down. I don't know. What do you guys think? Really impressed him. So he says he really impressed Donald Trump with Nick Fuentes. And Nick Fuentes, unlike so many of the lawyers and people that he was left with on his 2020 campaign, he's actually a loyalist. But we know what Nick Fuentes is for. We know what Donald Trump is for. We know what Milo is for. And it all kind of centers around the Z word, the ZIO, the big ZIO. We're going to support the ZIO. When he didn't know where the lawyers is, you still have your loyalist, Ye said, seemingly ad-libbing a line that would have fit perfectly in one of his hit songs. Ye continues, when all the lawyers said, forget it, Trump's done, the loyalists were running up on the White House. So that's when he was saying, hey, Donald Trump, why didn't you cut the J6 crowd some slack? And that's a good question. No matter what angle you're looking at it, if you try to sift through all this stuff and try to weed out all the lies and try to unearth all the truth, that's a good question. Trump, if you're so for the patriots who backed you, why don't you get their butts out of a sling in their hour of need? It's kind of like, hey, Trump, if you gave so much credit to Wikipedia, and that's why I want you guys to look at this video that I put out right here. Talking about Trump, I'm not going to go over it on my High Impact TV channel. Is time after time, Donald Trump gave, this is the video right here. The name of the video is, I don't care who you are, this should flip and blow you away. And it truly should. And if you're just joining us, I'm going to put the link in the chat room right there for you. You should take a look at it. Time after time on the campaign trail, Donald Trump gave credit to WikiLeaks. Many, many times. And then when he became the sitting president, hey, you basically attributed WikiLeaks to your campaign success. And he's like, WikiLeaks, I don't know anything about, what are you talking about? I don't know about WikiLeaks. And here's Julian Assange, who could have a mass pardon by the president of the United States, mass protection for him, Edward Snowden, Bradley, formerly known as Bradley Manning, Chelsea Manning, and give a blanket, a pardon to these people. Didn't do it. Could a blanket pardon the J6 people? Didn't do it. The rap icon explained that he questioned the former president about not pardoning people who were arrested for protesting on his behalf on January 6th and suggested that he bring back the people who worked on his campaign, but have since been canceled. Ye says that Trump attempted to change the subject to his pardoning of Alice Johnson, the grandmother who had been serving life without the possibility of parole for nonviolent drug offenses. Trump, according to Ye, had said that he pardoned her not for him, her for him, not for Kardashian, which is a whole bunch of just absolute nonsense. If you guys think the Kardashians are on your side, or Kanye West is on your side, or Donald Trump, or Joe Biden, or any of those people are on your side, Pete Buttigieg, I don't even know what to say about you at this point. I don't even know what to say. According to the source familiar with the events at the dinner who asked to remain anonymous, Ye arrived at Mar-a-Lago with Giorno, who served as Trump's Florida chief strategist in 2016 and later a senior advisor for his campaign, as a power move to show that he is serious about his White House bid. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up because this is all really, really strange to me. How can anybody anywhere ever trust a billionaire? I don't know. And then we got this from Ian Miles Chong. He said, and I want to tell you before I read this, I am a free speech absolutist, and people get on it. You mean you want this to be published? You mean you want these people to say this about children? You mean you want that? Free speech is free speech. And when you start picking and choosing what speech you want to be free, then people will pick and choose what speech they want to come out of your mouth or out of your pen or out of your typing fingers on Twitter or any other social media platform. Yes, and it's dangerous, guys. People will do crazy, demented, perverted things with their freedom. But as long as they don't harm somebody, threaten to harm somebody, steal somebody's stuff and not pay for it, then that's in the realm of speech. As long as they're just going to say it, as long as they're just going to type it. And then people are like, do you not realize that by allowing this kind of dangerous speech, hate speech on these platforms, on the internet version of the public square, that you're giving them a safe harbor? Well, I disagree. You want to give somebody safe harbor, censor them. You know what censorship? Censorship is prohibition. You know what prohibition does, don't you? It doesn't stop the thing that you're saying that you're going to stop. It makes people become more creative, more enterprising, more elusive, more fervent, and they really want it now. Oh, you didn't want them to have alcohol in 1920 through 1933. Now they really want alcohol. Now you got people buying it, selling it, transporting it. You got speakeasies with special knocks. Now you got gang activity. Now there's territorial conflicts that weren't there before. So when you tell somebody you can't do something, or you can't say something, or you can't go somewhere, and you enact all this prohibition, crime automatically increases. I'm not even going to say tenfold. It's probably way more than that. You're not giving somebody a safe harbor by just saying, hey, this is free speech. The United States of America is a free speech zone. Not free of free speech, but truly free speech. You're not giving them safe harbor when you're saying, yes, go ahead, say whatever you want to. Because you want to be able to identify the people that you want to stay away from. You don't want to censor leftists. You don't want to censor rightists. You don't want to censor conservatives. You don't want to censor liberals. Because as soon as you say, oh, it's okay to censor a liberal, then automatically you're saying it's okay for liberals to censor me. And then where does it stop? It doesn't. So of course they want to silence you because what you're saying is not in accordance with their agenda. Well, they're going to say the same thing about you. Oh, you have an agenda, so you got to be silenced. So Miles here says, Twitter has a new policy against you-know-what denial. And you know what again denial. And you know what again denial. And then he says, here, let me put this back up. Thanks for adding this, Elon Musk. Thank you for censoring. So am I understanding this right? And you can see it on here. Encouraging others to harass them, denying a V event, such as SH, the H, and the S11 2001 attacks. So if I understand this right, if you come against what they teach in the 15,000 hour public indoctrination center, government indoctrination center called the Public Fool System, if you question or deny what they teach in those history books, if you come against or question what they constantly perpetuate and propagate on fake stream media, if you come against what the government's official story is on all these issues, you'll be terminated off of the Twitter platform. How is that consistent with free speech? In my mind, it's not. But I could be missing something. And wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses, right? Is it? Are we, what is going on? I think we're still frozen in Colorado. So we're frozen. You guys can hear me clicking? You can hear me clicking. Let's see. No audio here. Please blink if you're in danger. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with this? You guys can hear me clicking? You can hear me clicking. Let's see. I'm almost certain it's the black hell. All right, let me see. Let me see. My webcam is down. Why is this happening? I do not know.